What I want is to look like Beyoncé. Jokes, but seriously. Thanks for reading. Book Spotlight. Staring at Mountain. This book is not for sale. Staring Girls' shadows are going to be hidden in the franchise. Why? It's over 30 books. 'Cause too personal. The Staring Girls' shadows are going to be in the shadows. I feel like it's a practice round of writing. Going to reading and highlighting to help me. My plan is give to a big publisher one day and fix it for me. Until then, pushing back into the shadows. What does that leave us with? Staring Girls' shadows. 330. The Holy Grail. 14-book series. Letters of the Shadows. 8-book series. The Books Ready to Read sale. 25 books. Altogether, we have 55 books in the Amazon catalog. You might ask yourself, why is Stacy being so annoying on the internet? The deal is, I was getting a lot of recruitment to promote my books. People finding me and wanting to sell from me. I got a lot of emails talking about marketing. I am one person and won't pay for marketing. Trying to do it myself. Starting a book page, the name is Letting the World Read My Books. Creating a podcast to discuss the books. Now a lifestyle blog. If you know me, I have grand dreams. My biggest dream of having a franchise that you can read is done. I am dyslexic and have cognitive delays. This made writing hard. It took years of practice to gain the skill. You find grammar mistakes and typos. It's so much to filter through that I let myself have mistakes. I won't allow fear to stop me from being who I am capable of becoming, wanting to share my journeys. My words are wrote, my feelings processed. I studied for the test. It's time to take the test. I passed this test. Check out my writing page for new writing. I store my words there to build for my podcast, Talking to Johnny. Summer 2007, editing and writing, lived with Cheryl and her BF. I was going into senior year. This was the happiest time of my life. My sister gave me a warm home. There's no trauma with her or her BF. They took care of me. My trauma was from Hyatt Hotels in Columbus, Ohio, from 2003 to 2006. I went twice, 3 times a year. I didn't do the camps because I went to Camp Dovetail, where I volunteered at from 2001 to 2007. It was the happiest time of my life, chasing Eric, who has shared my life with me. He will write a beautiful book, be super rich and handsome. We will travel together, live a wonderful life. It's important to say out loud, I am happy. These are dark days for the world. I am released from the chains of yesterday's problems. Now, you know the end. Maybe we will get all our footage back. The files will be given to the FBI. Help solve crimes. Be a hero. Our childhood was happy. We danced and sang. If they watched us, they saw a joy garden. It's going to be okay. Nothing is bad. Nothing is rote bad. In a poem. Eric will clear things up. He was there, only he knows the truth. He stays with me through sickness and health. Although we aren't married, he is the love of my life. I loved him at 11 years old. When I was wild about him, he protected me. Being so in love with Eric, I avoided abuse. My friends didn't. It's up to them how much they want to share. Mostly, let's talk about the good stuff. We will film in Emily's old house. We will do our reunion show there for the docuseries. Go back to the house. David's story will link to Catholic churches. He will deep dive conspiracy rabbit holes for Hai. We were good kids, doing charities, raising money. Let's highlight those things. David and I used to put together Thanksgiving meals for the needy. We used to raise money for homeless with box towns and Rocky in the cold. Although I felt uncomfortable with Charlie, he has thousands of my content from my youth. I don't like how he was with me. David was my protector. I spent most of my time with him. He is sorry. I am sorry. We need a hug. Write our story. Only you hold the keys to my past. This is the only way. Just a good friend singing us songs. We had a bad day. Our years of community sear out, shine one bad day. I need your help. Help with content collection for middle school media. Make a private YouTube like my old friend. Then we can make our docuseries first before the movie. We used to be in the paper all the time for IY events. In High E, I organize charity events, which is why I want to start a foundation. I have ideas. I worked my entire life. These are the names of High E kids. Kim was a best friend, but I didn't talk about. Charlie Creamer was our advisor, his name here. We raised money for charities. This event we stayed in the middle of town ricking for the needy, getting money. We used to always have slumber party events, which I think were grooming events. using churches and schools to hunt new girls. Hillsborough will be linked to Epstein files. This was in 8th grade, when our abuse was happening. Ashley is in the blue, Megan in the white next to me, Tiffany from my church youth groups, and my neighbor growing up. Daryl Johnny's XGF, in color guard with me. This is choir class. These are the kinds of photos Charlie has of us. Ashley was abused by Nathan Ritz, who killed a baby years ago. My mom used to drive him on her bus. Betty Bishop Hillsborough ex-mayor is linked. My fear is they use small hospitals and a greater, darker Epstein-related thing. You read what I lived. My mind is so messed up from what happened to me at this age. I lived a hard life. I want to talk about it today. Then I close this book. If I am on Epstein files, I am. I know I am. Jesse will be. These girls will be. All my friends. If I took pictures of you for my scrapbooks, he has them. They stole my photos. I need them for my docuseries with 50 Cent. This is my friend Megan. She was my best friend when my abuse was happening. She was abuse. If we are in the Epstein files, it will be of us. My camera's Uncle Charlie gave me would be of us. We would be smiling and funny. I wore the same blue and white hop shirt, stood for House of Prayer. Scott West was my youth pastor, remember the name, If I Am Pizzagate, who was around me at the time of my abuse. I lived with Scott West when I was in Haie, Camp Dovetail, and church youth groups. I think Epstein watched our youth groups. We were youth girls all dancing for the God. Who was around did their best to protect us. The abuse still found everyone. Those lost images of us with all those cameras, it might be known one day. Megan is my close friend. I moved near her to protect her from global elite, knowing her abuse stories. She is a victim. I don't think she would mind being on my podcast. It's likely a delusions, but our abuse at fairs and community events, those were real. We had dances at the Eagles bars, where we danced for old men. It's not crazy to think someone like Epstein was watching us. Knowing only what my friends in middle school know, who we could name. They were all over 18 when we were being abused starting in the 3rd grade. When my friends first told me about abuse, then it only worsened as we got older. I couldn't take it. I got new friends. Then different kinds of abuse happened. It was nonstop in that era. I think everyone unpacking it will be very healing for the town. There were a lot of drugs, a lot of parties, a lot of pictures. They all disappeared on MySpace, a grooming network for middle school abuse. Believe it was used to start this everyone look era. In 2020, I started posting everything to get famous. I felt this was a tool used by global elite to get me posting again. See, Jesse and I went ghost on the internet. We know why. When we got famous, everything changed. Then I was upset. They attacked my son. I believe in my entire heart the Clintons hurt my child. He had a Pott's puffy tumor. Instant infection, like he was poisoned. He wasn't, the doctor say. Just a strange thing that happens. He has blood clots in his eye, where he had a heparin drip in the ICU. I felt they attacked his eye. Eye for eye. That I was someone they wanted to be quiet with what I would or could remember. Telling my story of abuse would link Ohio State House and government figureheads to my abuse. This is real. I don't ever talk about it because who would believe me? So I write. I remember. I write. I remember. I write. I healed. This is our story. What would